Hi everyone, welcome to the visual guide for Brayflox's Longstop Hard. This is one of 3 new hard mode dungeons made available as of patch 2.2 in Final Fantasy XIV Into the Maelstrom. If you've watched my normal mode Brayflox guide, you may remember me commenting on how much that dungeon was one of my favorites on visual appeal alone. In the hard version, it's not as pretty, but the boss fights definitely make up for it, so put on your dungeon panties and get ready to save more goblins. My name is Magitek and I'll be your dungeon guide. We begin by pulling packs of 2 to 4 mobs. Either set up a CC rotation or pull everything like a maniac. Go at whatever pace you're comfortable with, but be sure to dodge AoEs and watch out for the patrolling mobs. Throughout the instance, we'll be harassed by the last boss, a massive red tank that throws AoE at us whenever he feels like it. Obviously, avoid these as much as possible. The first boss is the Illuminati Commander. This is a fairly straightforward fight that requires a fair bit of mobility, so keep your eyes open. He will cast an AoE pattern on the ground similar to the light show in Hockey Men Are Hard. These casts will increase in frequency as the fight progresses, so be sure to dodge as much as possible. The boss will also spawn ads throughout the fight that fixate on a random player. Damage dealers should switch to these ads as soon as they pop up. He will also throw out bombs that should be avoided. Once the boss is down, we'll eventually reach the Goblin Town and set off on rescuing the Goblin citizens from their aggressors. Upon completion of this objective, Brayflox will blast open a tunnel giving us access to the next area. The next boss is the Magitek G3, a shoddy, leaky Magitek suit. He has a long column attack that should be avoided and will drop massive blue puddles throughout the fight. More and more puddles are dropped as the fight progresses, and they're pretty big, so the entire group should move around to free sections whenever necessary. The boss will eventually set off an explosion that will cause all of these puddles to ignite, dealing a fair amount of damage to anyone in the puddles at the time. The best way to handle this is to bait the puddles to fall in specific areas. Have your group stand on one side and the tank can begin to kite the boss away when you're overwhelmed with puddles. The Magitek suit also spawns ads and eventually casts Needle Burst, a massive AoE attack similar to the last boss of Hockey Men Are Hard. Kill the ads as soon as possible, as the amount of health they have left will determine how much damage Needle Burst will cause. Shield and heal through the burst and continue dodging puddles. This section of the instance may seem familiar. On this trash pack, you'll notice an Illuminati Footman hanging out on the fence. He will spawn extra ads until you focus him, so it's worth killing him first. The last boss is the God Machine G6, the same tank that's been harassing us all instance. You can begin by tanking the boss wherever you'd like. He has a frontal cone and will cast AoE effects on random members, but all of these are fairly easy to heal through. At around 80%, the boss will become untargetable and start moving around the outer edge of the room. He will also spawn a number of ads that should be destroyed immediately. Once the ads are down, the group should stack together in the middle of the room in preparation for the next mechanic. The boss will blanket the room with a number of bombs. Dealing any damage to these bombs will knock them backwards. To avoid certain death, I would recommend AoEing the bombs out of the middle before punting the outer ranged bombs away. Ideally, you don't want any bombs near you when they begin to explode. Getting hit by more than one bomb will probably lead to a wipe, so be mindful of any bombs that are still close by. Once the bombs explode, the rest of the fight repeats itself with gradually increased difficulty. Again, kill the ads, punt the bombs away to a safe distance, rinse and repeat. At around 10%, the boss will enter his last phase. He will face a random player and cast Hit and Run, charging anyone in front of him. There is no telegraph, so players need to keep an eye out for when he turns towards the group. Run out of his direct line of sight to avoid getting run over. He will also spawn a giant bomb. This bomb must obviously be destroyed before it explodes. Once the giant bomb is down, keep dodging his charges until it's time to collect your loot. And there you have it. If you have any questions or comments, let me know. As always, thanks for watching. Up next, we'll look at Halatali Hard. Till next time.